Jeremy Poehls, your real estate agent, and today we're going to talk about home technology, specifically the Nest Learning Thermostat. Now this thermostat sets itself apart by its learning feature. I'll tell you more about that in just a minute. Alright, let's get into the unboxing. First of all, we've got the actual thermostat here. Then we've got a pouch with all your instruction manuals. We've got the wiring mounting plate, that's where all your wires go. We've got a screwdriver with a flat and Phillips head. Then we've got mounting cover plates. Depending on how your old thermostat was installed, we may use one, both, or none of these. The Nest Learning Thermostat has the ability to learn when you're home and when you're away, kind of your standard schedule. So what it does is after you set it up, it'll just sit there and observe through its motion sensors and other things like that, your phone's location to register when you're home and when you're away. So it'll learn when it needs to turn the temperature up a little bit or turn it down depending on if you're home or not. This thing can be programmed just like a regular thermostat where you set specific on and off times. It's especially useful if you're on SRP's time of use. If you don't know what that is, SRP's time of use means during peak hours they charge you a lot more for the electricity, and during off-peak hours they charge you less. There's a practice that a lot of Arizona homeowners use called supercooling, where during the off-peak hours they will turn the thermostat way down, like into the low 70s, to really cool off the house. And then during the peak hours, they turn it way up so that the house is already chilled, and so it kind of warms up on its own, but it never gets terribly hot. A lot of homeowners save a lot of money. I'm going to reference down below in the description of this an article from rosieonthehouse.com. They're an Arizona homeowner resource, and they talk about supercooling. They use it. It's a great option and will save you some money in the long run. Also, with this thermostat being Wi-Fi controlled, you can control it from your phone, whether you're at home or away. So say you're on vacation and you're headed home, you can actually turn on your AC from out of town, out of state, wherever you are, so that when you get home, your house is nice and cool. This thermostat can also be controlled using Amazon's voice control called Alexa. So you could just tell her to turn the temperature up or down. You wouldn't have to get up, move, head to your thermostat to do that. Most people can install one of these thermostats in 30 minutes or less. I'm going to show you how to on this video right now. First off, turn off your thermostat, and then you're going to want to go turn off the breaker to shut off the entire air conditioning unit. Make sure you note where the wires are plugged into the old thermostat. Either take a picture or write down what colors go where. Then with the supplied screwdriver, remove the old mounting plate from the thermostat. Now, on the supplied screwdriver, you're going to have a Phillips and a flathead. The flathead is narrow enough to actually remove all of the screws here for the wires to the actual air conditioner. Pull those out. As you can see, the new thermostat doesn't cover the spot where the old thermostat was. That's why Nest has provided these mounting options, kind of cover so you don't have to do any drywall work. You can just cover the old space right up and it looks nice and clean. Let's go ahead and stick the wires through everything. We're not mounting anything yet. Now, this is the one tool they don't provide. I think it's easier to stick these wires in with a pair of needle nose pliers. Now, my fingers are kind of bigger. Maybe yours fit okay, but it's kind of easiest to do that with needle nose pliers. Then use your screws. Just screw right into it. A lot of times, screwing right in the drywall is going to be plenty sufficient. You don't really need to use anchors too much. There's a level just above the Nest logo there. You just want to verify it is level before you tighten it up. Then just simply snap the thermostat on, and in most cases it turns on right away. In our case, we had to plug it into a USB port just to make sure it powered on right. But all right, now you're just going to walk through the setup. It's going to take you through each part of it. You're going to press in on the thermostat to select and just turn the outside wheel to change your selections. Now, on the wheel, you select numbers, capitals, lowercase, there at the bottom by just depressing on the three little numbers. Once you're online, it's going to check for a software update. Luckily, this one says it's going to update later, which doesn't stall our progress. We're going to continue following the instructions that the Nest thermostat is giving us, naming the location, things like that. Now, when you do get to the equipment setting. If you've wired it up incorrectly, it will tell you that you're wired incorrectly. A lot of times you can troubleshoot just by searching online. Maybe just one or two wires are crossed. But if you've taken good notes on where the original wires are located, it should be pretty easy. Nest also has really good tech support. And the bottom line is, if it comes down to it, you can call a professional. Almost all air conditioning companies, even many handymen, will be able to come out and help you troubleshoot that. But once you've got it all hooked up properly, it's going to do some tests. Now, we were installing this Nest in Arizona, so we couldn't actually test the heater because it wouldn't test when it was over 100 degrees outside. So you'll run the heat and the cooling test, and once that's all done, then you're going to finish setting up in the app. You're going to select yes for you would like to control the thermostat. It's going to give you an entry key. Now you go to your smartphone and enter the entry key, and it'll show up as connected. And there we are, we're connected to the account. Now everything can be programmed from the smartphone. This thermostat is far easier to control, change, set up, and adjust using the app. But if you just simply need to make a slight temperature adjustment, you just walk in front of the Nest or just touch it and it'll wake up. And inside the menu, once you press it in, you're going to see a menu pop up, and you've got options there for settings, cooling, heating modes, fan on, off. You can also actually see the history as well of when the unit was run. You can also set your schedule, but again, setting the schedule is far easier in the app. And if we set it up with Amazon's Alexa, we will be able to ask her to turn it on and off for us. The Nest Learning Thermostat is a great piece of technology to add to any home, giving you more energy efficiency and making climate control easier to run. Thanks for watching, and if you have a product you'd like to see us review or do an install how-to in the future, just drop us a note in the comments below. And as always, whether buying or selling, we believe you deserve a better quality experience. That's why we've got a team of experts to make sure every step of the process is beautiful and seamless for you.